Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever seen that dreaded check engine light, or even weirder, a service lighting system message pop up on your Ram truck's dashboard? You check your lights, and maybe everything seems to be working just fine. It can be super confusing and a little frustrating. Well, if you've scanned 4 codes and pulled up a B16F3, you've come to the right place. Today, we're going to demystify this specific code, explain what it means, what causes it, and most importantly, how you can fix it yourself and save a trip to the dealership. So grab your tools and let's get into it. First things first, what exactly is a B16F3 code? The official description is left tail, lamp circuit high. Let's break that down. This is a B code, which stands for body, meaning it relates to the body control systems of your truck, not the engine or transmission. Specifically, it's telling you that the body control module, or BCM, has detected an issue with the electrical circuit for your left tail lamp. Now, circuit high is the key part. This usually means the BCM is seeing a higher than expected voltage or an open circuit. Think of it like a broken wire or a connection that isn't complete, preventing the proper flow of electricity. It's not necessarily a burnt-out bulb, although that can sometimes be related. It's more about the path the electricity takes to get to that bulb. So, what are the common culprits behind a B16F3 code? The number one cause, and the easiest to check, is a bad or incorrect bulb. Modern trucks, especially Rams, are very sensitive. If you've recently replaced a bulb, make sure it's the exact type specified for your truck. Using a cheap, non-ohm, or even an LED bulb in a system not designed for it can mess with the resistance the BCM expects to see, triggering this code. Another huge one is wiring issues. Wires can get corroded, especially around the tail light housing where moisture can sneak in. They can also get frayed or even chewed through by critters. A bad ground connection is another major suspect. Every circuit needs a good ground to complete it, and if that ground is rusty or loose, you'll get all sorts of weird electrical problems, including this code. Less common, but still possible, are a faulty taillight assembly itself, with an internal short or a problem within the body control module. Although we should always rule out the simple stuff first. Alright, let's move on to the fun part, diagnostics and repair. The first step is always a visual inspection. Go to the left tail light. Is there any visible moisture inside the housing? Any green or white crusty stuff on the connectors? That's corrosion, and it's public enemy number 1. Disconnect the main connector to the taillight assembly and look at the pins and the harness. Make sure everything is clean and dry. If you see corrosion, you can clean it carefully with a small wire brush and some electrical contact cleaner. Next, check the bulb. Even if it looks like it's working, take it out. Is it the correct part number? Does it look burnt or discolored at the base? Sometimes a bulb can fail in a way that creates an open circuit internally without the filament breaking. The easiest test is to simply swap the bulb from the right tail light, the one that's working fine, into the left socket. If the code goes away, or if the problem moves to the other side, then you know you just have a bad bulb. That's a $5 fix. If the bulb swap doesn't solve it, it's time to get out your motor. We need to check for power and ground at the tail light connector. You can find a wiring diagram for your specific year and model online. Pretty easy. Set your multimeter to DC volts. With the lights turned on, you should have around 12 volts at the power pin on the harness connector. Then, switch your multimeter to check for continuity or resistance. Test the ground wire from the connector to a known good ground on the truck's chassis. You should see very low resistance, close to 0 ohms. If you don't have good power or a good ground, you'll need to trace that wire back and look for a break, a short, or a corroded connection somewhere along its path. This can be the most time-consuming part, but it's crucial for a permanent fix. Fixing the B16F3 code is usually straightforward once you find the cause. If it was corrosion, clean it up and use some dielectric grease on the connection when you put it back together to prevent it from happening again. If it was a bad bulb, replace it with a high-quality EM spec bulb. If you found a broken wire, you can repair it using a proper butt connector with heat shrink to seal it from the elements. After you've made your repair, clear the code with your scanner and turn the lights on. Drive the truck for a bit and then rescan to make sure the code doesn't come back. And that's a wrap on troubleshooting the B16F3 left tail lamp circuit high code. As you can see, with a little patience and some basic diagnostic steps, you can often solve these electrical gremlins yourself without paying for expensive shop labor. Remember to start simple with the visual inspection and bulb swap before you dive into the deep end of wiring diagrams. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more DIY repair guides. Got a question or a different experience with this code? Drop it in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.